Hi, I'm Rox Anderson. I'm a dermatologist by clinical trade. I'm a professor at Harvard Medical School, and I run a research center at Mass General Hospital, which is called the Wellman Center. And it's big. We have about 300 scientists. It's a multidisciplinary center. So it's not, most of the things in the hospital are set up around one organ or another. We're very specifically not. So we have cardiology, we have dermatology like me, we have people in pathology and GI, many other specialties. And our main emphasis is on light, understanding all of the photonic interactions with the body, and we make a lot of new technologies. So that's both for treatment and for diagnosis. We make high-speed microscopes that you can swallow and will image your insides. We make catheters and put them in people's hearts. It's kind of soup to nuts. I'm responsible for most of the lasers in dermatology over the years, and it's a lot of fun. There are many emerging things. Of course, the AI and molecular biology and sort of computational medicine has made a sea change in what's going on. And I think what we will see are these sort of fusions that occur, where you have devices and drugs working in concert, you have smarts put into things. I think the nanotechnology world, so you can use all these names, but the truth is what's happening is breaking down the barriers between classic fields. Science is science, and medicine is science in the service of helping people with their health problems. And I love it because there really aren't any limits to it. I think we're actually seeing just the beginning of what's possible. Obviously, the genetic revolution with CRISPR and gene and cell transfer, which we do some of that in my lab. What I'm most excited about for my own lab right now are some relatively simple things. One is we've come up with, it was about almost 20 years ago, we discovered that cells that have a lot of lipid in them are sensitive to cold in particular, and we turned that into a very popular treatment for removing fat from the human body. 30 million people have been treated with that. But it turns out that the lipid-rich myelin sheath around that are necessary for nerve conduction is also exquisitely sensitive to cold. And so we've developed some new technology that, when injected, a single injection will give you a nerve block for about 3 months. I'm excited about that because it's a good play on non-drug treatment of chronic pain. We've got about 30% of the population of this country living in chronic pain from a bunch of different conditions. So that should be a good one. My own thing I'm working in the lab on is neurofibromatosis, the most common human genetic disorder. And we've come up with a new way to control the growth of the skin tumors that sort of ruin these people's lives. But it's I can't in a moment describe all the things. What makes us tick is actually helping people. That's just such a simple thing. I sound like a Boy Scout when I say it, but that's what good science and good companies keep that in mind. Tell me what my advice would be for a startup company. I would say learn how to fail at failing. There's no one path to success. There are many modes of failure, and I've over the years experienced a few of them myself, along with the successes. So it's knowing how to avoid the pitfalls is probably 90% of the game. If you have a good problem that you're working on with good people, and I mean not just the science, but regulatory people, the business people, the leadership, very, very important. Any one of those is a potential failure point if you don't get it right. And it's a whole lot of fun. Here we are, we're at this meeting right now at a hotel in Boston with a gambling parlor. Honestly, biotech and entrepreneurism is a form of gambling like so many others I'm addicted to.